Well, boys, it's week 7, and just when you think things were settling down both in the standings and in the world of bad quarterbacking, well, stuff happened, which you'll find out more after first finding out who's featured on
He's made a mess of it.
And that person is surprisingly not Jeff George, although he started his 2 worst teams. And it's in fact Mark Sanchez, who also started his 2 worst teams, but unlike Jeff George, missed out on 97 points from the Patriots. On the happy side of things, we have
He didn't make a mess of it.
also known as moneyballing it, where despite being in first, Wade Wilson is not slowing down. Unlike Sanchez, he identified the hot Patriots team and took them back to his place for a full night of passion. I mean 97 points. In Hot Top Picks, we see both leagues were pretty even, starting the best Week 7 teams with the slight edge given to the Kirsch League. The thing to look at this week is what happened on the worst teams of Week 7 side, where Jeff George committed a huge blunder to the tune of negative 56 points. As the commissioner noted, though, you do have 20 24/7 points coming your way, so as you'll see in the Turbo standings, you actually scored a negative 36. Either way, shame on you. Enough of that, let's talk Relegation Watch 2020. Cutler actually had some positives this week. He's no longer in 8th place, he scored 27 points, and was the only person in the bottom half of the league to even score positive. But in reality, he's still 80 points back, and the only chance pulling some bullshit miraculous comeback in the offseason, like he did after the 2015 season. Whoever finishes 6th better watch out. You'll probably end up getting relegated like Johnny Football did. Enough talk, this ain't no talk show, let's see some numbers. Wade, How Do You Like Me Now? Wilson takes over first place with a new commanding lead. Fun fact, New England is now the highest scoring BQBL team in 2020. Dropping the second, we find Tony Banks, whose 4 teams either scored more than 30 or less than negative 20. In 3rd place is Cade McNown, who found an excellent time to start Pittsburgh and still has yet to bench the Broncos. 6 straight starts if you ignore their bye week. Chad Hutchinson moves from 6th to 4th place since the 2 people in front of him scored negative, and he enjoyed a 20-point midweek Miami benching boost. Say that 3 times fast to go from 140 to 180. Johnny Football has spent 7 weeks in the Kirsch League, and this is the first week he's in a spot he's already been in once before. 5th. Before this week, it was 6 weeks, 6 different rankings. He's been everywhere but 2nd or 3rd. TSS's win dropped to 6th after making himself start Seattle and Detroit, and it was probably a good week to get a benching out of the Giants and Panthers. I wouldn't be worried just yet. As I said before, Jay Cutler is in 7th. He seems to pick better when one of his teams is on a bye. Too bad you only have 1 left. Finally, in 8th, we find last year's champion Johnny Effie Moxon. Not much to be said. You drafted all good quarterbacks on bad teams, except for Tampa, who isn't a bad team. You got yourself into this mess.
Now we get to the league where things are starting to get fun. Jamarcus Russell continues to put up points, but that's basically because he has separation anxiety with benching Denver. He'll have to bench them sometime. When that happens, look out, because Steve Rogan, Chris Wenke, and Colt Quinn Whedon are right behind you. And maybe even Mark Sanchez if he ever gets his act together. Hey, I thought starting Arizona against Seattle was a good idea too. It backfired, we'll be okay. Ryan Leaf gets the game ball this week for getting out of 8th place. Only in the Turbush League can someone have less points in week 7 than they did in week 1. But Jeff George did it. He really did it.